Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning to all my lovely students of class 5. As you know that Alhamdulillah we are Muslim, we start everything, every work with the name of Allah, who is the most beneficent and the most merciful. So let's get started. So, class, I warmly welcome you back to the online classes as we discussed yesterday. And you know that this is your social studies teacher, Ms. Sunehira, and today we are back with another lecture, right? So, as you know that we have started our final term. Okay, so there is going to be a final term chapter, and the name of the chapter is Climate of Pakistan. The name of the chapter is Climate of Pakistan, which is our chapter number 5 of final term, and it is on page number 60 of your social studies book. So, class, before going ahead, we must know the word climate. Okay, many of the students know all of the things from this chapter because we have discussed this chapter in the physical classes, but we are continuing from here because after that, after this chapter, we are not having any particular work to be done but the revision. Okay, so that is why I decided to tell you something more about this chapter. Okay, the very first thing which everybody should know is that this chapter, Climate of Pakistan, is from the section of geography. I don't know you know or you don't know. We divide our social studies into different sections like history, geography. If you remember from history, we had recently done our chapter the Great Mughals. Right now, this chapter belongs to the section of geography. Right. So first, we should know that what do we learn in geography. So here I have pasted a paragraph. In geography, we study the relationship between the people and the climate of a region. We also study the factors affecting the climate of an area, making it the way it is. This is a very interesting study as it helps us to understand the different aspects of climate and how they affect plant life, animal life, the water cycle, and many other features of an area. Okay, so basically in geography we mainly discuss the climate. Why do we mainly discuss the climate? Because there is the relationship of people with their climate, right? As we have seen, the skin color is one of the example that you will find more of the people having dark skin in the hotter region, while in the cooler region you will find the people, mostly people will be with bright skin or would be fair. Okay, so this is the thing we should know. It means the human life or the animal life or even the water cycle, these all are the things which are highly affected by a climate, right? So first of all, we are going to see here that some of the things which we are supposed to learn in this chapter. So, first of all, we will learn about the weather. Afterwards, we'll learn about the climate. After climate, we had discussed in the class as well, there are some of the instruments that we use to measure the climate or the weather condition. Climatology. Many of the students know about the climatology. As I told you that whenever you see the word logi, that is indicating the study. Okay, so logi, climatology is the word which is itself showing that is it is the study of climate. This is so simple, right? Then we are going to see the factors that are affecting the climate of a region. Afterwards, we will see the location of Pakistan in the world map. Climate of Pakistan will be seen in the last, sorry, not in the last, it will be seen in the second last. Changing climate of the world, that how it is being changed day by day and what are the causes of changing the climate. But many of the students are raising their hands if they are having any urgent query. So they can ask me. Okay, I'm speaking louder. They can ask me in the chat box. Okay, I'm not gonna unmute any of you right now. So if anything is urgent, if you are not getting my voice properly, so let me know in the chat box. I am trying myself to speak louder and louder. Beta Barira, these kind of questions will be entertained in the last, okay? Yes, beta Ghulam Mustafa, you are right. That is not completely dependent. The skin color of human beings is not completely dependent on their climate. I said most. I use the word most. Why I use the word most? Because if you see any African, you will find out their skin they are mostly having the dark color, and that is somehow their climate is responsible for this. Okay, so beta, those who are asking the question in the chat box, beta, please wait till the last. We will discuss everything in the last, okay? First, let me explain. Just let me know that if I am clear to everyone, I am speaking louder and louder. So let's continue. Okay, so before everything, we should know the difference between climate, season, and weather. Okay, so here comes the difference of weather and climate. Weather is temporary condition of atmosphere at a place, while climate is the overall average weather at a place over a long period of time. So let's take some of the examples of weather. As you know that it may be sunny today, it may be cloudy tomorrow, it may be rainy day after tomorrow. So it means the condition is changing day by day. And I told you in the class, I gave you the examples in the class that the weather can be changed not within a day, it can be changed within an hour, within a minute as well. Okay, sometimes we see that the sunny weather is there, but after an hour or 20 minutes or 30 minutes we can find our weather as cloudy, right? So it can be changed. It takes a very short period of time to get changed. While if we take the example of climate, in climate we do not see the daily changes in the environment, the daily changes in the weather. We just take the average of it. Okay, we will take the average of it. Okay, we'll not change it day by day. We'll not count it as changing condition, because if we count it as changing condition, that is not climate, that is weather. Okay, when it comes on climate, we have to take any average weather condition, okay, which occurs or lasts for a long period of time. I gave you the example of Antarctica, that Antarctica is extremely cold throughout the year. Not throughout the year, from many years it's been cold, or the one of the coldest. Right? So what is this? It is the average weather, it is the average weather condition over there. If we see their weather, it may be snowy today, it may be rainy tomorrow, it may be dry tomorrow, okay, in the Antarctica. But what is their climate? Their climate is that is extremely cold. This is the climate, as we are taking it as an average. Afterwards, here comes the instruments used to measure the weather condition. As you know that we can measure our cloth with a rod like a structure, and we can measure the milk in kilogram. Likewise, there are particular instruments which are made to measure the weather conditions, and the people who are just involved in weather forecasting, they use those kind of instruments to measure or predict the weather. Now here comes some of them: thermometer, rain gauge, wind vane, anemometer, barometer. If you see your book, you will find these four. One, the thermometer; the second one, rain gauge; then you will find the barometer, number third. And in your book, it is written that and some other instruments. So in the example of some other instruments, we can take these two as well. Therm always indicates temperature. Therm is the word that always indicates Temperature. So thermometer is the meter or the instrument that is used to measure the temperature. While baro means pressure. So it is the instrument that is used to measure the air pressure. Rain gauge. With the help of rain gauge, we can see that how much it rained yesterday or today or whatever. Wind vane is used to see the direction of wind. Okay, the direction of wind is very important for all the climatic conditions. Anemometer is also used for the wind, but wind vane is used to measure the direction, that in which direction the wind is going on, and in an anemometer the speed of wind is measured. This is the difference in these two. Okay, we must remember these three: thermometer, rain gauge, and barometer, because it is also included in your book, and then it is written that, and some other instruments. So we have taken two more examples instead of saying some other instruments. Okay, so you can remember it as well. Now, climatology. I told you this in the beginning as well when we're discussing the content that we are supposed to learn. So this word logi, logi is a word that indicates study. Okay, so it is going to be the study of climate. If anybody asks you that what is climatology, you are going to simply answer him or her while saying the study of climate. That's it. Okay, but if someone asks you, and if I give you the question in the examination that what is climatology, and if I keep 2 marks for this, so of course you are not going to justify your answer within a line. You need to stretch it, you need to add more of the words. So how can you define it? You can define it by saying climatology is the study of the atmosphere and the weather pattern over time. This field of science focuses on recording and analyzing weather patterns throughout the world and understanding the atmospheric conditions that cause them. Instead of saying this whole paragraph, you can memorize the 2 to 3 lines that is written in your book as the definition of climatology. I think something like that is written, that it is the analytical study or directional study of the climate. Okay, so that is called as climatology. After learning this, there are some of the factors that affect the climate. Okay, if Antarctica is extremely cold and Egypt is hot, or Pakistan is having both of the climate, like medium climate, moderate climate is there, cold climate is there, hot climate is there, so it means there is something which causing them to be differed from one another. So there are some of the factors that affect the climate of a region. Okay, and here comes in front of you. If we talk according to your book, so in your book there are three main factors which are being responsible for the climate change, right? But there are many more instead of them. Okay, distance from equator. The main factor that affects the climate is its position. The position of the country, either it's near to the equator or it is far away from the equator. Okay, so the distance from equator is very, very, very important. Afterwards, the distance from sea, it is also affecting the climate. If the region or the country or the city or the area is near to the sea, so that would be having the mild climate, because sea will adjust their climate. If it is hotter, sea will bring it down to the cooler. If it is extremely cooler, the sea will help it to become a bit hotter. So the areas which are near to the sea, they are having mild climate, not very colder or the hotter. The height above sea level, it means altitude. Height is also important. Then human activities I have added over here, because nowadays the climate is changing. We discussed about global warming. If you remember, we discussed about global warming in the class, that there are certain activities which are just making our world hotter and hotter, year by year. So the human activities are human activities are responsible for this. We are cutting down the trees, we are doing deforestation, we are cutting down our forest. We know that forest absorb carbon dioxide, and when it comes on temperature, but I remember one thing, that when it comes on temperature is highly dependent on carbon dioxide, on the amount of carbon dioxide. If there was would be increase in the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, it will definitely increase the temperature of that particular region. So what's going on? The deforestation is going on day by day. People are just focusing on making properties and properties. They are cutting down the forest, they are making everything the residential area. They are trying to live everywhere in the world. So for this purpose we are cutting down the trees. Okay, so cutting down the trees is a kind of human activity that is highly affecting the climate. Okay, how it is affecting, maybe we'll discuss, or may not be, because it is not included in a chapter. So let's discuss the distance from equator. Here I have chosen a picture to show you that this is a globe, and here are some of the lines drawn on it. And you can see the mid one line would be called as equator, then tropic of cancer, if you remember. Okay, and the tropic of capricorn. Right now, these yellow, these are the lines. The yellow lines are showing the sunlight. Now you can see that sun strikes most directly on the equator. So we came to know, but if we use our common sense, this is very common. If the area is receiving the sunlight directly, so of course it is going to be hotter. Okay, and if it is not receiving the sunlight directly, so it is going to be a bit cooler. So as we go towards the equator, the climate becomes hotter. As we go away from the equator, the climates become cooler. Right now you can see that this is the larger distance than this. Okay, the rays which are traveling over here, they are just covering the larger distance as compared to the equator. So different parts of the earth receive different amounts of solar radiation. This is because the sun rays strike the earth's surface most directly at the equator as you move away from the equator. This is very important line to remember. As you move away from the equator, you will notice what? You will notice that some of the areas also receive different amounts of sunlight. Okay, so the if it is away from the equator, it would be cooler. If it is near to the equator, it would be hotter. Okay, and we know that Antarctica is somewhere over here, right? So it is extremely cold because it is not getting the sunlight directly. Here comes another factor that affects the climate. As I told you that the distance from the sea is important when we study about a climate. Sea exerts a moderating influence of climate. As I told you that the regions which are near to the sea, their climate would be mild. Their climate would probably the moderate. Why? Because sea maintains it. Sea exerts a moderating influence of the climate. If the place is located away from the sea, then the moderating influence of the sea decreases. Altitude is known as the height, and it is often used to refer the height above sea level. We call it as height above, sorry, yes, height above sea level, or how high it is from the sea level. Okay, I'm going to remind you one thing, that when we're learning, um, looking at the land, in mountains, we learn that the tops are covered with snow all year long. The highest part, that is called as peak, is covered with snow. Why it is covered with snow? Because it is important to know that when we go to certain height, the temperature decreases. Okay, so these are the mountains, and you can see that their tops are covered with snow. Instead of this, you can also notice these lines. If we go 1,000 meters above, the temperature would be 23.5 degrees centigrade. If we'll go more higher, if we'll go higher, it will be 17 degrees centigrade. Go up, it will become 10.5. If we will go upper than this, then we'll find the 5.5 maybe. So what we are noticing over here, we can notice over here is that when we go to the certain height, the temperature decreases. Okay, so if any area is situated on the mountain or on the plateaus, of course they are on the some, of course they are on certain height. So if they are on certain height, so their climate is going to be cold. So this is how the, so we must know that when we go to the certain height, the temperature decreases. This is how the climate is affected by height. Now this is time for the reading. I want everyone to open your book. I want everyone to open the book. If you have opened your book, let me know in the chat box. Yes, Hamna, I am having your copy, beta. Class 5B, especially group B. I am having their copy. Okay, have you opened your book, everyone? Very good, very good. Well done. Okay, Aisha, I have taken your attendance. You're present. Okay. Okay, beta. So everybody has opened the book. So this is the page number 60, I guess. It's page number 60, if I am right. Okay, this is page number 60, I think so. Okay, so I'm gonna unmute one of the student who will start reading this paragraph which is in front of you. Okay, so Aisha. Okay, Vanya. Beta, unmute yourself and start reading. Assalamu alaikum, Vanya. How are you, bete?
I'm good. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm fine. Okay, Vanya, will you please start reading from the very first line? First, you will call out the name of the chapter, then you will start reading.
Climate of Pakistan. In the previous classes, you have read about the weather. Weather is the name given to the changing conditions of the atmosphere which surrounds the earth. These conditions include wind, storm, rain, snow, sunshine, and temperature. As for instance, we say that the weather on a particular day is cool, calm, and dry, cloudy, or rainy. But these conditions of weather are temporary and may change at any moment.
Very good. Okay, stop. Now mute yourself. Okay, so for the next paragraph, I'm going to unmute. Hmm. Okay, many of the students are raising their hand. Mars. Yes, Mars. Walaikum salam, beta. You are supposed to read from the second paragraph, okay?
The average weather conditions in area over a long period of time are called climate. We can measure the weather conditions by thermometers, rain gauge, barometers, and other instruments. But the study of climate depends on the systematic collection and analysis of data and is called climatology.
Good.
The main factor
Okay, beta, stop. Now
no, the
mute yourself. Okay, beta, I told you that there is another definition of climatology in your book. So this is the definition which is in your book. The study of climate depends on the systematic collection and analysis of data and is called climatology. I want everyone to underline this line. Okay, and again I want these two paragraphs must be read. So for this, Tehzeeb, I'm gonna unmute you. You are supposed to read this paragraph again from the
Okay.
first line.
The average, okay. The average weather
No,
conditions
no,
in
no.
an area over
The
a
very
long,
first paragraph of the chapter.
okay. In the previous classes, you have read about the weather. The weather is the name given to the changing conditions of the atmosphere which surrounds the earth. These conditions include wind, storm, rain, snow, sunshine, and temperature. As for instance, we say that the weather on a particular day is cool, calm, dry, cloudy, or rainy. But these conditions of a weather are temporary and may change at any moment.
Okay, thank you, beta. Thank you. Now mute yourself. Okay. So the next one is going to be Alina Abed from class 5G. Alina, you are supposed to read the second paragraph.
Assalamualaikum, Miss.
Walaikum salam, bete.
The average weather conditions in an area over a long period of time are called climate. We can measure the weather conditions by thermometers, rain gauge, barometers, and other instruments. But the study of climate depends on a systematic collection and analysis of data, and is called climatology.
Okay, Alina, beta, read out this paragraph, this line as well, which is written in this box. Okay, let me read. Canada has a cold climate. It is near to the North Pole. Okay, the regions which are far away from the equator, they are going to be near to the pole. So if they are near to the pole, they are going to be cooler or cold climate they would be having. Okay, so Canada is one of them. Okay, class, so here comes the next one paragraph in your book, and I'm gonna give the access to. Okay, Asher, now you are supposed to read this paragraph, the third
Okay,
paragraph on page
Miss.
60.
Yes. The main factors that affect the climate of a particular place are its distance from the equator, an imaginary line running all the way around the middle of the earth, its distance from the ocean and how high above sea level it is. The places which are
Okay, beta,
far
good.
away from the equator.
Okay, Asher, okay.
Okay, Miss.
Okay, so many of the students are raising their hand. I'm gonna give the access to Roman Jahangir. Okay, Roman, unmute yourself and read out the next paragraph.
The main factors.
Roman, are you there?
Yes, miss. The
Okay,
places
beta.
which are far away from the equator has a cooler climate, and the places which are far from ocean have drier, drier climate condition.
Drier,
The climate
drier,
of
okay? Drier. Khush,
drier.
dry.
A land near a ocean is often.
Beta, go to the next page 61. You might be having a book. Continue it till the sentence last. Often,
Um,
often
often,
what?
often what?
Come on.
Often. I
Okay,
can't find.
okay, Roman, and beta, mute yourselves now. Okay, Malahim, I'm gonna give you the access. What you need to do, you will come to the page number 60, and
Yes, ma'am.
you will start reading the third paragraph, the main factors that affect. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
start.
The main factors that affect the climate of the particular place are its distance from the equator, an imaginary line running all the way round the middle of the earth, its distance from the ocean, and high above sea level it is.
Very good. Continue.
The places which are far away from the equator have a cooler climate, and the places which are far from oceans have drier climate conditions. The
Okay,
climate
okay,
of a
stop.
land.
Thank you, beta. Well done. Okay, the next one would be Amir Hamza.
The
Amir,
climate is a land near an ocean is often moderate or mild. That is not very cold in winter and not very hot in summer. When we see the
okay,
position
stop,
of
stop.
Pakistan on the
Okay,
world,
stop. Okay, Amir Hamza, can you please, beta, tell me that what we have learned in this one paragraph, as you have started reading from here, the climate of a land near an ocean is often moderate. That is not very cold in
yes, Miss,
winter. Okay,
the climate of a place also depends on the distance of the sea.
very
Like if
good.
the place is close to the sea, it will have a cold climate condition, and if a place is far away from the sea, it will have drier conditions.
Very good. Okay, if it has the drier condition, if we go away from the ocean, then if it come towards the ocean, so will it remain drier or it will become moist?
It will become moist
Why?
because the ocean is normally very cold, and there are there is
There is water vapor in the atmosphere. Okay,
the
water vapor
oceans
are there.
are uh,
So that is why it
usually the oceans are cold.
moist. Yes. Okay. Very good. Okay. Now you can mute yourself. Okay, class. So thank you so much. This was about the reading and explanation. But you are not supposed to quit the class. Okay. We are going to discuss some of the things. We are having 2 minutes. Okay. Okay, many of the students are raising their hand. Beta, inshallah, in the next class, you will be given the time or chance to speak. Okay, now those students will raise their hand who are going to explain, who can explain the difference between weather and climate. Many of the students have switched on their camera so I can see them, so they can raise their hand while doing this. Okay, who can do it? Yes, Khizra, beta, tell us.
Miss, nothing.